Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Arden Studios and welcome back to another YouTube video. And guys, in today's YouTube video, I'm going to be playing Anime Adventures once again. And today's video is going to be a guide on all of the tips and tricks and methods I have to help you guys level up your units faster in the game. Now, I thought this would be a good guide to release just because of the fact that, you know guys, the new raids just came out, obviously with Goku and Akaza, and I realized after getting my Shanks that if you haven't been doing story mode with the unit, it can actually be kind of arduous to level up this unit. So while I don't have any level 70 units, I do know most of the ways to get units to level 70 pretty fast, and that's going to be what I'm talking about today. But before we get into today's video, guys, can you guys please try to leave a like and subscribe on today's video? I know it is a little corny, but let's try to hit 20 likes on today's video. We have been doing phenomenal with Anime Adventures and also for the past few videos, and we've been hitting our like goals every single time. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for the support. I don't mean to make this too long. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so step number 1 when you are trying to level up any unit to get them to max level in the game is going to be, in my opinion, this actually is the best method, story mode for leveling up the unit. It's not feeding items. For me, it was story mode. Okay guys, now I know you're probably not gonna get a mythic before you beat all of story mode. A decent amount of people do actually happen to, but I know you probably won't get a mythic before you defeat story mode. That is okay. Make sure that you guys get some good legendaries like Dio and Erwin, and you play all of story mode with the units you want to level up. If you go through all of the story mode in order, you know, just like let's say you started at Planet Namek and you got to Ghoul City, by the time I finished Ghoul City, you're just getting those units to level 60 because every world roughly gets them the next 10 levels to do the next world. Now, you guys might not even know about this because I never noticed it for a while. When you click on a world, at the very top it tells you the recommended unit level. For me, that is a very good little like point to see how much XP that world is obviously going to give you. So if Ghoul City's unit level is 50 plus, then you can expect that if you have a level 50 unit, every time you beat Ghoul City, you're probably getting 1 to 2 levels on them. In my opinion, doing story missions is one of the fastest and the most efficient ways to level up units. Okay guys, I've been trying to level up my Shanks. All I do is I do Ghoul City's final level a few times. As you guys can see, I have 4 clears on it. And just by doing this a few times, my Shanks has already leveled up a ton. I highly recommend the second that you get a new unit that you want to level up, put them on your team with an extra slot you don't really need. If you guys have seen my tutorial on how to beat every story level solo, you'll know that you really only can do story with 3 units, those of which being Dio, a Farm, and Erwin. So yeah guys, I just keep that in mind. Story is one of the best ways to level up your units, and the second you get a new level 1 unit, I recommend you go into the hardest story level you can beat, quickly go ahead and beat it, and you're automatically going to get a first 10s of levels from that alone. And as an extension of that tip, guys, just in general, always make sure that you leave the unit you want to level up on your party. Okay, so let's say that I want to get Aaron's Founder Evolution, right? As you guys can see, I have a level 39 Aaron right now in case I evolve it into Founder. All I would do, honestly, if I was you guys, is I'm gonna unequip my Dobby. I don't even know why I have Dobby on my team. He is not a good unit. I'm gonna unequip Dobby, equip Aaron, and now whenever I do story missions or levels or raids, Aaron is constantly getting leveled up in the background. So guys, I guess this is an extension, but also my second tip, units that you don't need to use but you want to level up, always leave them in the background on your party. Okay, I honestly, you can't do this for infinite runs, but it doesn't really matter because infinite is not going to be a great way of getting XP for your units. Story missions is definitely going to be up there. Now, second of all, this is much more obvious, but feeding food items is going to be a method of leveling up units, guys. Now, if you want my honest opinion as you approach later levels, I honestly think food items are not that useful. Now, they are important, but because you need so many food items in order to evolve mythics, which I find to be much more important, I actually don't think that you need to feed your units food items too often. Now, as you are playing through the story mode of the game. I highly recommend you do this. I'm talking about once your units are in the 50s and 60s. I feed them food items as often as I can. For example, I have some ramen bowls. I really don't need those. Let me go ahead and give them to my Shanks real quick. But as you guys can see, that doesn't really do much for my level 58 Shanks. It's only going to be helped by devil fruits and ghoul coffees, okay guys? So overall, food items are very important, but I honestly don't think there's too much of a purpose in wasting like my senzu beans on a late level unit, because I do need those for evolution recipes. Now, aside from doing story missions and later story missions with your units, and feeding them food items from later worlds whenever possible, are there really any other ways to level up units fast? Well, I won't lie to you guys, I don't really think so, okay? I honestly think story is going to be the best way to go about it. If there are other methods that you guys know, please comment it down below, and obviously there's specific guides you can get, but I really do think that the story mode and the item feeding is honestly the most important aspect of leveling up units, and it's pretty much that simple in my opinion. If you guys want a more detailed strat for leveling up units, I can definitely make one, but make sure to try and go ahead my how to solo levels in the game. You don't even have to look at my guide, guys. Look at any guide on how to easily beat like the final level of Tokyo Ghoul. Because for me personally, if you guys just use like my guide or another guide that has 3 units in it, then you already have space, depending on your level, to put 2 or 3 units in the background. For example, Shanks and Arden for me, you already have space to put these guys in the back. Then you can just use 3 other units to do the story, and you're constantly leveling them up. So if you guys want what I think would probably be a fast way to go about this, just keep doing the final act of Tokyo Ghoul or whatever the final map is. And that is going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I just want to give some light tips in there because I really don't know many other ways. And if you guys know any other strategies, please feel free to comment them down below. I am completely open to it. If you guys know a really good tip, I might even pin the comment. With that being said, everyone, have an amazing day, and I'll see you all later. Peace.